Hello all my Eclipse friends around the world. I'm so glad to be back with you one more time, especially after the holidays here in the United States, the 4th of July. I had a great time. I hope you did, with your family and friends and barbecues and whatnot. Anyway, back to business. This week I'm going to be talking about sloppy slop strokes. So let's get into it. Let's go to Cosmo's Corner, all right? Okay, here is my outline for, in fact, NFT. And as you can see, it's a very well-developed, well-mature conflict for my string conflict, as I called them last week in my last vlog. So I've got, in fact, written 4 different ways with the commas. And as you can see, the 57 rules it's learned in the artificial intelligence. Well, I don't want to take a bad stroke, which is now going to be NFRT. Let's say I drag my R a lot for this conflict. Well, I don't want to have to put in that string conflict again in my dictionary and have Eclipse learn all those rules all over again. It's not an efficient way of writing or of using your software. So here I've got NFRT and I hit enter, and Eclipse has guessed right. It says, hey, do you want to put this in your dictionary? Well, I do. I do want to put this in my dictionary, but not in this way, with that bad stroke. If you look in the bottom right side, you see special entries, and it's Control E or just hit the down arrow. I'm going to hit Control E, and if you go all the way down to the bottom, or just hit S a few times, it'll take you to Slop Stroke, or what I like to call my sloppy stroke. It's got to put a little equal sign up there, and now you want to put your good outline in. So it's NFT. That's my good outline. So what's happened here? I said, here's my bad stroke, but I want you to pretend it equals this good stroke. And the reason is those artificial intelligence rules. You want it to learn those rules, or use those rules, not learn those rules. You want it to use those 57 rules already. That's why I prefer, for these kind of string conflicts, that's why I use the sloppy stroke, because it's much more powerful this way. So I'm going to hit enter with my good stroke, and I'm going to put it in my main dictionary, and there it is. So now let's go find it. So if you hit, let me do TPH FRT. Hopefully it'll come up. Oh, there it is. So there it is. It's telling me, hey, here's your steno, your really bad steno with the R dragged. It should equal your good steno, and when it does, it's now going to go, oh, this is what it should have been, and it's going to go find this, and it's going to say, oh, okay, that's what it should have been. Well, let me use these artificial intelligence rules, and there you go. That's all it is. It's a powerful, powerful little tool. Kind of overlooked sometimes if you don't know what it is, but it's a powerful little tool. Now, the other way that a slop stroke can be used is, and I can see this if you do a lot of arbitrations or do something else, it's for your speaker identifications. Let's say, for instance, that I use the court. It's all the upper bank for me for the court. But I went out and did an arbitration. Well, and in my dictionary, I have the court with a lot of sloppy strokes. I forgot my T, I forgot my L. I just have like 5 or 6, 7, 8 entries with all of my sloppy strokes in there. And I've told it, here's my sloppy stroke, and this is my good stroke. This is what it should have been. The reason you want to do it for something like that is because, let's say you go out and do an arbitration. Well, you can go find the good stroke for the court, or the judge, or however you'd like to do it, and then just change the text for that one good stroke to the arbitrator. And when you do that, all those sloppy strokes that you had for the judge, when it refers back to what would be the judge, and now you have the arbitrator, it changes everything it'll change all of them at once to the arbitrator. Now, if you have any questions about that, it's page 171 in your manual. That's what I was referring to. It is kind of brief, but it does help you out and gives you a visual as well if you need to look at that. All right, next week I'm going to be talking about, there were a couple of people that emailed me and said, hey, your conflict for the date doesn't work right when I do something like 1/1/1/2014. It's not working right. Well, I kind of have a workaround for you for that, and I'll share that with you next week. I know you'll be coming back for that. Anyway, welcome to Cosmos Corner. I'm glad to be back here, and I'm glad to have you as well. I'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.